yeah, hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to CHMA, broadcasting from Sackville, New Brunswick, Canada. Man, I just had so much chocolate in my mouth.
Yeah, I'm surprised you were able to be so musical with a mouthful of.
I can't do this properly right now. I just have so much mouth noises to make that I just can't.
Well, that's hard times in radio, man, when you can't make the mouth noises.
I know. You're listening either on 106.9 FM in the Tantramart area or at www.chmafm.com.
This is Mouth Noises, your premier show for listening.
What's ASMR? That's the thing, right? ASMR is when people pay people to whisper stuff in the microphones,
Maybe.
Really expensive microphones.
I think it doesn't have to be whispering. I think it could be just any series of noises. I'm really not sure.
I think they have to be very quiet
noises like the subtle crunching of a potato chip
I think
bag.
so, man. I've never really got it, and I haven't really ever looked into it. At least not yet. Maybe I'll do a segment on it at some point. This is ground control at YMC Midgic Airport. This is the longest the intro has ever taken.
I know, we didn't even make it through the intro without.
And you know what? It is getting longer and longer every single week.
You add a line?
No, we just keep talking more.
Huh.
At some point, we're going to have a show that's just an hour-long intro.
I think that's the goal.
Honestly, yeah, it is, isn't it?
I mean, seeing how we're not a music show, we're a talk-based show, and we're not a talk show. But, all right.
I was just letting you spin your wheels, and I wanted to see when you would finish.
Oh, no, I'll cut myself off.
Yeah, and he did.
Which is what radio wants, is awkward silence.
It's true. You are joining myself, Air Traffic Controller Thomas.
And me, Air Traffic Controller Luke.
Join us for the next hour as we watch the skies, listen to some tunes, chat, and we will be done by. So, Luke.
Yeah, no one cares about the weather, man, because the skies are going dark tomorrow, whether you can see them or not.
Is that tomorrow?
Yeah, that's tomorrow. And if this was well, it's not tomorrow, because this is pre-recorded live.
Yes. But sorry, I am confused. So
when
it is
you're
on
hearing
Monday.
this, it will be tomorrow. Correct. Monday is the solar eclipse.
Is it the end times?
You know, you can't help but be in the path of a solar eclipse and think, if this was a couple hundred years ago and a solar eclipse was happening.
Yeah.
Oh, the mind-bending nature of it all.
Yeah.
But instead, it's becoming a tourist thing for...
Yeah, isn't that crazy? You saw that map where...
No, I didn't. But I've heard on medias that people are traveling pretty serious distances to be I'm going to see the...
If you look
directly
up,
in the path.
Airbnb, stuff that's already booked and Verbo stuff that's already booked.
Yeah.
It's essentially the exact direct path of
Yeah.
the eclipse across the entire continental U.S.
Wow.
It is super
Should I be
cool
more
to
excited
see.
about this?
Honestly,
Probably.
I forget who released the public service announcement, but there was a public service announcement being hey, everyone should be driving very carefully this week. Mm-hmm. There's going to be a lot of new people that have no clue where they're going or no clue what they're doing.
Even here?
Yeah.
Huh.
So
Watch out.
you better watch out. You better not cry.
I think...
You better not shout. I'm telling you why. The moon's
Total
passing
eclipse.
in front of you. That's almost a song. Hey, you said you got a little jaunt for us, eh?
Oh, so I was having a little trip down memory lane.
A little jaunt down Jaunt Lane, yeah.
And wanted some jaunty, memory-filled music.
Sure.
And you might have been a little young to catch the Grand Theft bus.
No, kind of, yeah.
You caught the tail end of the bus? You saw the bus driving away?
Certainly. I will say there are Grand Theft bus shows I was at that I probably shouldn't have been at.
Gasp.
Because I should have been studying.
Oh. For all our listeners who are students.
Yeah, that probably is true.
Be studious.
Yeah, you should be studious. 100%.
Or don't. I wasn't.
I
turned out an air traffic controller.
I fumbled my way through a lot of things.
Yeah.
Even outside of like high school, like past high school.
Mm-hmm.
Fumbled through I got a lot of certificates on my wall, and I'm not smart.
Huh. But you're a good academic. And I think,
No.
well, there's evidence to suggest otherwise, judging by all the paper on your wall.
I think the papers on my wall suggest that.
You test well?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Ah, yeah.
I know how to, I figured out how to test.
Yeah. See, I never figured out the testing, but I definitely, I could fudge the public speaking, and sometimes that'll get you through. Anyway, here's a Grand Theft Bus tune. Which one did I put on there? I can't even remember.
Sleeper.
There we go. It's a jam.
Here is Street Sleeper by Grand Theft Bus.
Don't treat me like that. Put me in the corner. Dust cap on my head. Your eyes are wide and smiling, for your appetite's been fed. Your brow stagger, looking at me with the V shape on your face. You put me in my place. Don't treat me like that. You're talking down to me, but you're the cherry on top. You're mile high romance. Serve yourself must stop. Just take a look at the rest of the world without a mirror in your face. See, it's such a lovely place.
Hey, wasn't that just the bestest song by the bestest band ever?
By the best band with bus theft in the name?
Yeah, well, I'll say that.
Out of Fredericton?
Yeah, the best band with bus theft in the name that I know of that's out of Fredericton. And do you know what else they do in Fredericton?
To go to the market.
They do. They do go to the market.
Or the North Side Market.
They do. Great market, by the way.
Oh, probably the tightest market scene in New Brunswick.
Oh, Sackville is really good, though.
Sackville's good, but
And we got Hardy's coming from Moncton every week, don't we?
listen, it's fine. I'm a market supporter,
Yeah.
but
The samosas in Fredericton.
yeah, they carry the operation.
Very good.
Yes,
Actually, everything. There's a really good cheese place there, actually, too.
I wouldn't know.
It's true, you wouldn't.
No, dairy free.
Dairy-free life for some, not I. And
It's okay. You can have your cheese.
you can have your cheese.
I didn't mean that in a menacing way.
It sounded menacing.
I'm not going to poison your cheese.
It sounded like something an aristocrat would say when
talking
plebes
to
are coming and demanding that taxes are lowered.
yes. If I lower the taxes on the proletariat,
Yeah, they can have their cheese.
peasants can have their cheese.
They don't need cheese. Do peasants need cheese?
I don't know, man.
You would not
Probably.
be a good monarch.
Because I'm indecisive?
Yes.
Oh. Well, give him the cheese. I'm not going to do anything with it.
Man, you would be a terrible monarch. And you know what? There's actually a lot of royalty in what we're about to talk about, and that's the Montreal Royals. And I'm only passing by the Montreal Royals.
On your way to another sports thing?
Kinda. It's
Okay.
The start of baseball season.
Oh.
Major League Baseball. And you probably don't know much of anything about Major League Baseball.
I went to a Major League Baseball game once.
How was it?
You know what? It was at Fenway in Boston.
Okay, yeah.
And it was cool because it was a historic stadium.
Incredibly historic park.
And I ate multiple of the hot dogs, which are like the thing to do there.
Oh, yeah. You're just a tourist being a tourist.
And you know what? It's funny. Actually, I went to two games. We went in and I saw like the one Saturday and the one Sunday.
Yeah.
And on Saturday, everyone was like, "Oh, these." I went with a group, and they're like,
Yeah.
"These seats are kind of bad," and and we were way like up, kind of back left behind home plate, but way up high.
Yeah.
And it provided like a really interesting view of the field because you could see things as they play. And then the next day we were like where the home runs go to, like straight on out, which I think is exciting because
were you on the wall or no?
No.
Yeah.
We were wall adjacent.
Yeah. Did you ever go up on the wall or no?
I did not. No. Sorry.
I'd be scared to do it, but I would want to.
Yeah.
Just like stand, at that wall where like I just like.
Some people in our group did.
Yeah.
But I think they accurately were like, well, we might save this for the few people on the trip who are like super into baseball and this will be like a life experience for.
Yeah.
And they're like, Luke, what do you know about baseball? And I was like, 3 strikes, you're out. They're like, okay.
Yeah, you can stay, bud. You can stay over there with the rest of them.
You excited for the hot dog? Heck yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Well, Major League Baseball is starting. The regular season here is starting.
Maybe I'll go buy some hot dogs to celebrate.
Jumping on the Montreal Royals for a second, just because I was doing a little deep dive. I've been thinking about Canadian Heritage Minutes, and obviously we have a Canadian Heritage Minute with Jackie Robinson, who is American-born, passed in America as well, but played for the Montreal Royals, which was a minor league baseball team. Loved his time in Montreal. Kind of an honorary Canadian in many ways. When he finished his playing career, he was a part of the Royals management. So there's a lot of really cool history in baseball. Even in modern day, it's the second biggest league in the world. The only one bigger is the NFL. Which
really?
Yeah, I know, right?
Huh.
Oldest league in the world as well.
The Major League Baseball is. Yeah. So that makes sense because baseball's been around since
for a very long time. Yeah. So we've talked about like divisions before in sports. Right?
Yes. Like regional divisions.
Yeah. Some divisions aren't regional. At least the names aren't regional. They come from the former leagues that combined to make the league.
It's not like the Florida Armpit Sweat Regional Baseball Association.
So the American League, so there was the American Baseball League and the National Baseball League. So now there's the National Conference and the American Conference. But the National League, the National Baseball League, goes all the way back to like 1850 or something, or even earlier than that, maybe. So there's a lot of cool baseball history. But yeah, we have one team here ourselves.
The Blue Jays.
Yeah, there it is. You know them.
Yes.
They
My parents are fans.
Are they actually fans?
They are fans.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they like
I am sure they remember the last 2 years they won the World Series.
This past year?
I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I believe it's 92 and 93.
They probably weren't fans at that point.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You think that's when they would be fans. It'd be that 91, 92 to 93.
They were busy. They had a lot of small humans running around the house. I don't think they had time to do anything except tend to
small children.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I could be wrong. I'll ask next time I see him.
That's kind of all I wanted to say about sports.
Was that baseball is starting?
Yeah,
that's our sports news.
Baseball.
It's very mainstream.
It's very. I also knew it's something you wouldn't have any clue about.
That's fair. If you'd asked me
anything of what I just said, you would know Jackie Robinson played in Canada.
Yeah, because of the Canadian Heritage Moment.
Yes,
and I would like it. It makes sense. It's spring that baseball should be starting.
Yeah,
but if you'd asked me what major league
sport is starting now,
I might have guessed football.
Really?
Yeah,
football's late summer, fall, or early winter sport.
Well, that makes sense because the Super Bowl's in like midwinter, right?
Yeah,
that's a winter
CFL
thing.
Will start a lot earlier.
Okay,
CFL
to
will
try and catch summer.
Yeah, no, they pretty much run unopposed the whole summer.
Yeah.
unless you want to watch the German Football League, which we have talked about. They're in the middle of their season right now.
Yeah.
But let's go into our next tune. I was almost at first tune. Our next
You got
tune.
something as jammy as that first one?
Oh, man, I got a Jimmy Jam.
All right.
So, I'm a big fan of TWRP, which I've
Yes.
talked about them before.
Yep.
They have just released an album.
Oh?
The album is called Digital Nightmare. They have a lot of cool collaborations on it. One of them being Tom Cardy, who you actually definitely have seen because I would have sent you TikToks of him before. He is an Australian musical meme man.
Musical meme man? Is that what
Yes.
his title is?
I don't know. That's the title I just gave him.
That would be tremendous if it was.
He should. Hey, if you're listening, Tom Cardy, which you're not,
You're now one of our 4 listeners.
yeah, you are. You can totally take musical meme man, Australian musical meme man, and use it. Yeah, he makes really, really funny but very catchy songs on
Okay.
TikTok. So yeah, Tom Cardy and TWRP have a collaboration on their newest album, Digital Nightmare. So here is Online by TWRP, Montagene. I don't know how to say that one. Sorry. And Tom Cardy. This is Online.
Baby, I try to meet your eye, but those eyes weren't made for me. I ask around, 'cause the night has just begun. You're such a misery. Cool glasses, I like 'em a lot, and your binary earrings are getting me. There is a certain time and peaceful love, and I'm starting to think that I know what you want. I think I know what you like, so farewell and goodbye. You can catch me later, baby. You can catch me online.
I'll see you online. Catch me in cyberspace. I'll see you online.
It's more than fantasy when it's you and me.
Genie, are you? YW, spend your life with me? Yes, please.
The information superhighway. Let's cruise with the top down. We can spend all night in my private chat room. Here's the password. Better write this down.
I can't believe I feel this way. Did not know I could afford a love electric as the port plugged into my motherboard.
I think I know what you like, so farewell and goodbye. You can catch me later, baby. I'll see you online.
Catch me in cyberspace. See me in my virtual brain.
I'll see you online.
It's more than ecstasy when it's you and me online.
Drive me crazy. Check with you daily. Could you blame me? Baby, drive me crazy. Loving you all day on my display. Oh, baby, when I pass you by, I'm just another guy asking myself, why do I try?
Boy, why are we so coy out here in reality when we both know virtually?
I stop feeling myself. You make me feel 20 feet tall here in our world.
Never knew that I could feel this way.
Never knew that you would feel the same.
And the feeling's here to stay from now until I decay.
Even then, you know I'll wait. You know I'll wait. I'll see you online.
Catch me in cyberspace.
Till I miss your interface. I'll
I'm gonna need to shower when I get home.
Yeah. Oh, hey everyone! You're gonna need to shower when you get home too after that tasty
Does that
jam.
make the cut?
It will now.
Our Midgic our Midgic Air Traffic Control Center cat just approached me, which I'm mildly allergic to, and usually I have the
Nylon
awareness to like not engage
Nah,
with the
that is
animal
true, yeah.
and then touch my face, and that's enough to prevent reactions. But in this instance, I
You
just
dove
subconsciously removed my glasses, rubbed my eyes,
dove
so-
head first right into your eyes.
Yeah, which is like, I mean, probably not as bad as licking the cat.
No, that definitely would be. I think she wouldn't like it either.
No, well, licking herself right now.
She is, but she is getting clean. Me and this particular.
Suggesting my mouth is dirty.
I'm just saying, me and this cat are very, very close. I'm gonna right now stand up and try to lick this
No,
cat, and
no,
Luke,
let's
you
not.
no, and Luke, you
No.
narrate what happens.
There is a large cat and an air traffic controller who is also sizable, more so than the cat, and is going in, and I think he gave the cat a little kiss, maybe more than a lick. The cat doesn't seem that phased.
did not care. I did give a little lick. It
was more a lick? Kiss,
but it was
A kiss with tongue. Anyway,
I thought she would care more. She
the cat
really did not.
seems entirely unfazed. So,
Honestly, she wants more attention. She-
okay. Well,
that didn't go the way I wanted
it's
to.
long, lonely nights out here for the cat in the air traffic control center.
That's true.
Keeping the mice out of the electricals.
Yeah. Hey, what have you been reading, man?
I'm still friggin' plugging my way through Thoreau there, but like
Yeah.
I got a chapter or two in this week, but then I spent a bunch of time reading up on building
Boats.
boat motors again
Yeah.
because mine is once again apart on my workbench.
That happens to you a lot. Now, if you didn't take it apart, would
I have known that there were things that were suboptimal? Mm-hmm. The last time I ran it last year, it was performing very well.
Yes.
And there's reason to believe had I left it together and not
Dicked around.
taken it partially apart to have a look, that it would have continued to run.
So-
but there's also the chance it may not have.
That's true.
There are some things I saw that were mildly concerning, but now that it's apart, it's like I can't put it together while it's still mildly
Yes.
concerning because every
It's mildly
time
concerning.
it is. And you know what? When you're traveling highway speeds in a 200-pound boat,
Yeah.
the engine shutting off instantaneously, it really messes with the physics of what you're doing.
I believe that.
So you don't
Want
want to
that.
try and avoid that.
Yeah,
sometimes it causes you and the boat
to
no longer be together.
Yes. And do fantastic tricks apart from each other.
Yeah, and you and many other people may know the water as a soft, comforting entity that kind
Sometimes.
of embraces you as you enter it.
Depends.
You know, and that it is all of those things.
Sometimes.
But at speed, it also
It's concrete.
no concrete's pretty abrasive when you hit it, and water isn't generally abrasive.
Sure.
But you do bounce
Yes.
or skip
Like a stone.
like a stone. But usually only once when you're coming down from the speeds I operate at, and that's fine. After that, the water embraces you and tells you it's going to be okay.
That's because you have a nice little ice jacket on, a nice little
Full suit and a
Helmet.
helmet. And
Yeah.
it's going to be okay.
just-
So that's why I haven't been reading. Well, not reading anything that the people care to hear about.
That's fair. I have been reading Facebook today.
Oh.
So I'm doing a little update on our investigative journalism story from
investigatory
earlier.
journalism.
We're back, the investigative journalism segment,
Ah,
which is not reoccurring.
I wondered why you put the hat on. But now
You understand?
the hat makes perfect sense.
Could I rock this hat
Man,
normally, or like?
you know, the Dick Tracy style
Yeah,
fedora investigatory journalism hat.
yeah.
It's a bold look, but you know, You're a hat guy. You can pull this off.
It's true. It's because I don't have hair.
All right, fill me in on what's going
So
on.
we were talking about Mystic Sea Brewing.
Yes,
And-
formerly Triders.
Kind of formerly, not really Triders. Mostly its own thing, and it's only ever been its own thing, and it has nothing to do with Triders ever.
Except having taken over the location.
But they didn't.
Oh.
Or, yeah. Look, that part's confusing. We're not even
All
talking
right,
about
that's
that.
not what you investigated.
No, that part. Look, we're done with that part of the investigation.
We're moving on to
We
new
learned
parts.
nothing about that part. We still don't know anything about that part. So we moved on to the next part. like a true journalist.
Like a true journalist, we couldn't immediately find an answer, so we moved on, folks.
Yeah, and then we just waited for stuff to pop up on Facebook again.
I'm not sure this segment is entirely accurately named. But anyway,
you're
go
the one
on.
that named it last time, and it was the exact same as this.
Yeah, but I thought there was going to be digging involved.
there was digging. So you may have heard K2 Properties over in Amherst went bankrupt.
No, I didn't hear that.
Well, it is a property management group.
Okay.
Run by a few folk. One of the
Not associated with the skiing and snowboard brand.
no,
Also K2 in case it's on Jeopardy tonight.
there you go.
Okay.
Also involved with Mystic Sea. So one of the one of the owners of K2 is one of the owners of Mystic Sea, as well as this list of local businesses
Dun, dun, dun.
that some people have complained about in the past, etc. I am not going to go through this list, and this particular list and this post is no longer on Facebook. I saved it because I had a hunch that
It was going to disappear. That's
would
kind of
disappear.
investigative journalism. To
Yeah,
be
man.
like, this information is out there, but soon it's going to be not out
It's gone.
there.
The
and-
information is gone. Now, the reason that's gone, I was looking in actually just before you
because it was a
came.
bit slanderous.
Well, the this is the Amherst Rants and Rambles group that's always like, we'll post anything. You can post anything here.
Except
Yeah, and then there's a long list, like a long kind of diatribe from the
I can't
admin.
go on talking the Midgic airport security guards.
That, and it was like, for various
Or the-
reasons, people are trying to tear down others via the K2. Oh yeah, that was a statement by the Better Business Bureau.
Oh,
I didn't say that, did I?
no, you didn't mention that.
So that was a portion of a
Who are
statement.
generally above board?
The Better Business Bureau?
Yeah.
I think so.
We should check the ratings somewhere.
Someone needs to check the Better Business Bureau. Who does that? Who watches The Watchmen?
Here at the airport? The cat.
It's true. Woofer. Yes. Air traffic controller Woofer.
Was anyway, go on.
Anyway, deleted because accusations are being made involving innocent people. There's already legal action initiated as a result of things said in this group, et cetera, et cetera. So he's like, he's like trying to back off. Like, okay, everyone, just chill out. We can't post anything. We can post like anything, like, but not anything. So
Yeah.
it's pretty funny to watch. Just like,
So no, the only rule is no rules situation.
yeah, except when
Except
the no
there's some
rules go
rules.
too far, and then now we need a couple rules.
Yeah.
And then in a couple years' time, guess what? Some other person's going to make a new
And get a-
Amherst. It's going to be like Amherst Real Rants. And then that group is also going to start with no rules. And it's just going
Then
to...
slowly devolve into
The cycle.
something else.
The cycle continues.
So anyway, the Better Business Bureau is not thrilled with the
With K2, they didn't say anything about the other ones other than there is like a business person involved. But
Okay.
yeah,
That's our update.
that's a pretty good update. That's pretty investigative.
Sure.
I think that's pretty good, especially as an update to one of our own stories. I'm going to pat myself on the back for that one.
Okay.
And you know who else I'm patting on the back? Canaries that lived in coal mines. Did I play this song yet?
I don't know. You've played a lot of Tomato, but
I have.
I don't know if you played this one or not, but I know this tune. It's fairly catchy.
Yeah, it's a really catchy tune, and I always like the ideas of Canary in Coal Mines, not the ideas of like canaries going and like getting a whole bunch of like, I don't know, carbon monoxide poisoning and dying instead of people dying.
You just think that everyone who works in a super hard manual labor condition should have a tiny bird with them to maybe
one, yes.
cheer themselves up a little bit?
Two, yes. But now I forget my actual point because that's incredible.
Yeah.
No, more that people then, the first thing people did was like, okay, they made these tiny little like bird respirators.
To bring the birds back?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like the first thing engineers did. They were like, we like our birds. These are not just indispensable birds like our overlords think they are. And made a little respirator so anytime they did get sick, they could bring them back.
I did not know that,
Yeah.
but that seems like a nice thing.
That is a nice thing.
I mean,
This song, I do not think references that at all. It kind of more references us scratching and clawing to get by in life.
okay.
But,
Well, way
you
to
know.
darken that down after bringing the little
hey,
humble canary up.
it's a canary sandwich. We get a lot of dark, a little nice in the middle, and then more dark.
How many canaries do you need to make a sandwich?
Oh, man, you
Play the
have-
tune.
No clue.
Canary in a coal mine, trying to get by, flapping my wings and towing the line, singing for a nickel, scratching for dimes. Canary in a coal mine. Traffic beats bumping through the streets of the city. Another day of work, another day of looking busy. Run the stairs, fix my hair, stop and take a breath. Man, I need a rest. 10-15, mix a drink of whiskey in the closet. Used to kinda care, but I guess I kinda lost it. Shirt, the tights all aligned, rather wearing loose. Someone that I couldn't lose. Canary in a coal mine, trying to get by, flapping my wings and towing the line. Singing for a nickel, scratching for dimes. Canary in a coal mine. Always thought when I got to 40 I would prosper. Still I gotta flip the couch just to find a dollar. Make a little, spend a little, never get ahead. Just like Mama said. Canary in a coal mine, trying to get by, flapping my wings and towing the line. Singing for a nickel, scratching for dimes. Canary in a coal mine. Canary in a coal mine, trying to get by, flapping my wings and towing the line. Singing for a nickel, scratching for dimes. Canary in a coal mine. Canary in a coal mine, trying to get by, flapping my wings and towing the line. Singing for a nickel, scratching for dimes. Canary in a coal mine. Canary in a coal mine. Canary in a coal mine.
Canary in a coal mine.
It was a lot twangier than I remember it being.
Oh, do you not love the twang?
The twang is very hit and miss with me. Some days I'm twang tolerant,
Yeah, only tang tolerant.
which is odd because I know I'm the one who pumps a lot of bluegrass through
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
And bluegrass can definitely be like
Twangier, yeah.
twangier or twang adjacent. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's its unique.
Its own little thing.
It's anyway. It was still a good tune.
Great tune,
We've been-
yeah.
Like one of our 3 fans criticized our musical choices recently, and I feel like we're completely redeeming ourselves tonight playing.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah, playing bangers.
This whole episode, top tier.
Oh, you wait till what I have next.
Oh.
But while the folks are waiting to hear what I have next, why don't you tell us what's going on in the
Look at
local?
you.
Like that
Yeah,
segue?
man, look at that.
Oh, man.
That's what I'm talking about, how it's top tier. You know what? We have a lot going on this week, especially music-wise. We have new music at Mount Allison. That's at the Brunton Auditorium. It's free. It's at 8 p.m. We have a lot going on at the Brunton Auditorium this week. Right after that on Tuesday, sorry, that's on Monday, on the 8th, the next day, Tuesday, April 9th, we have jazz improvisation class recital. That is also the Brunton Auditorium at 8 p.m.
Let me pause you right there, because when I was
course.
reading this, I read it as jazz improvisational class rehearsal.
Yes.
Do people rehearse improvisational jazz?
Yes.
Does that not take away from the very nature of improvisational jazz?
No.
Why? Why? Like, I get it when I go see a band that's
Yes.
not a jazz show.
Sure.
And you get like the same solo thrown in a song
Yes.
two times in a row. That's like not on the album, but like this is live.
Yeah.
You're gonna get to. And it's like
You're
okay, but
Um,
I feel like if I'm going to see improvisational jazz,
Yes.
you want to one off like pretty well every time.
The class part is not working out the improvisation ahead of time. The class part is learning how
Learning the rules.
to improvise well. Yeah, essentially learning the rules of improvisation and learning to break the rules of improvisation once you know the rules. So it's not like yeah. It's learning different constructs that you can use in your song. Let's say that.
Sure. Okay.
It's like a language, dude. You know?
Once you learn the language, you can start messing with words.
Well, it's like who has mastery over the English language more, myself or a 4-year-old?
As someone who has frequent interactions with a 4-year-old,
Yes.
you get a pretty good handle on English.
So, yeah, we can both write stories, a 4-year-old and myself.
I'm not sure if the 4-year-old could write them, but definitely create them.
Create them there, sure. Create
Yes.
the story. That's even better, actually. Sure, 4-year-old can create a story.
Yes, but
Air
then-
traffic controllers can create stories.
Yes. Yours just might follow a classical cycle of introduction,
Yeah,
you know, and
and
then
have structure and ideas and things that people can follow, and be more nuanced. And
what?
and a 4-year-old story might be more like very, very basic and literal.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
music is a language, dude. Anyway, we got student recitals after that. 2 more on. Oh, I hear air traffic controller Archie has spotted something outside.
Probably chasing one of the cows off the runway again.
Probably. Yes, 2 more student recitals. Sorry, that would be, both of them are next Sunday. So a week from today. The first one is at 7:30 p.m. So right after the show, you can go check it out at the Brunton Auditorium. The other one is earlier in the day, and that is a percussionist recital, and that is at 3 p.m. Yeah, any news, dude?
Do you know what this town of Sackville, not Midgic, but we're traveling all the way into town,
Yeah.
is getting in 6 years?
Are we finally getting
Which has to start now?
Are we finally getting a school?
No.
Are we getting
This is better than a school.
a single building for people that are low income?
No.
A library.
Yes. Yes. Mount A constructing a new library. And
Yeah.
you know what the first step is? A 2-year project to build a temporary library.
Yep.
And then 4 more years to build a library. Which they promise to be even more
Crazy.
town integrated
spectacular.
than the current one. Have you ever been in the Mount A library?
Yes, I have. I got my library card renewed this year. Actually, I got it renewed like a month or two ago. I currently have a book from... No, sorry. The book is from the town library. I have some physical audio mediums from... not the Brunswick Auditorium, but downstairs in the music building from the music library. So I actually do. You talk to like the one person who actually does use the services.
Yeah,
so I do.
I've been here 8 years, and
Yeah.
like with the exception of the last few months, I'm generally like a pretty avid reader. I like, and I knew that you don't need to be a student there to
Yes.
access it, but it's not like something on my radar.
No, and they actually have like just shout out in general to both the public library and
I hear our public library here is great.
it's great. Both have like a lot of things in them that you can rent or borrow that you wouldn't think would be there, like
Yeah.
video games, like movies, musical instruments. Like,
Yeah, I know one of our mutual friends and a part-time listener checked out an accordion for a while.
Like, yeah, you can. There's a lot you can check out at your public libraries and your private libraries.
Okay. What about you? Got
Zombie
any news?
plants.
Zombie plants?
They're here to stay in the waterways of New Brunswick.
Yeah, invasive species are a thing.
Yeah, so the hope was, I'm not going to get into the whole thing. It is a zombie plant. It is a Eurasian water milfoil. It essentially just like forms like turf in the water.
Oh.
Just like this really thick
And then
mat
sucks all
of-
the oxygen out and
sucks all the
kills-
oxygen out.
Yeah.
Covers the entire lake,
Yeah.
kind of like a blanket, so everything under it can't get sunlight anymore.
Yep.
It is really not good. You can see a picture of it here, of course. Most of you know exactly what I'm talking about. You've seen it over the last 10 years.
Most people also can't see the picture on radio.
I know, but like...
Yeah, in your mind's eye.
Know, yeah.
Envision it.
The gross scum stuff that has started kind of popping up in quite a few places. Local... ecologists are always like, there's no eradication of this. It's far too late.
Managing.
It's managing.
Can we do like the whole Australia thing and bring in something that eats it, and then that gets out of control, and then we bring in something that eats that,
And then eventually we shoot all the ostriches with machine guns.
yeah, you're not winning that fight.
No,
man.
you are going to lose it. But I think we could shoot this moss with machine guns. Mm-hmm. That might work.
There's a certain population. There's a certain portion of our population that would be so excited.
There's a certain portion of our listeners that would be so excited.
Probably.
100%. Myself included. Like, just shooting
Someone
guns at
was
the
like,
water.
today's your day to go out and fire the machine gun
wanna go shoot-
at the river.
Do you want to go shoot the river? It is for the environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the first person there. Are you kidding?
Yeah. Okay.
Never held a gun in my life. I will 100% shoot the river for the environment.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just talking about managing and how, people don't think about how dangerous these invasive species are.
It's real. I know we have Asian green crab or something
Yeah.
now that's really like ravaging our coasts, and just basically it's super detrimental to the diversity of local wildlife, because it just thrives so well here, and it's like and I've seen people who are like, yeah, we're just gonna go out and pick out like a whole bunch of them and make like a crab pot boil, but they're like, you don't even get much crab out of them. It's like, so
We're
they're not
mostly
only
doing it just to get rid of them.
just doing it to be to knock out the numbers. So
so and reading the article, it's very interesting that like, we think this came over to New Brunswick sometime at the turn of the last century, so like early 1900s.
As ship's ballast, or
Exactly, on a ship's ballast, or potentially like a private aquarium or something like.
yeah.
But it's just like,
I know in the last few years, like again, boating stuff, so you hear a little bit of this and read a little bit of that, and it used to be a completely non-issue. You wanted to sail around the world, sail up local rivers while you were there if you had a big old sailboat or a boating house. And now it's like, yep, you're checking into this. There's going to be quarantine. We're going to check your hull. We're going to check your water on board. We're going to check because
Stuff like this.
so many of the really beautiful places people want to go when you have those kinds of means are like the most sensitive to that kind of invasive stuff, right? So
and they have to be careful. It's like why people have such a hard time, myself included, coming back from either going over the Atlantic or over to the Pacific, or even coming up from South America. If you're coming home from another continent, like they really take their jobs very seriously, and that like I've accidentally taken water in and like an orange and like man, like I am taking that line, and they are doing their jobs where it's like, man, they make you feel terrible, like and it's like, no, I understand that this orange could really mess up in the entire ecosystem. I forgot the orange was there. I know this, and I forgot the orange was there. I apologize.
Crazy.
Helps you give them a break,
Crazy.
Oh yeah, my favorite quote from the article was in the article's name, but eradication is futile, says experts. That's great.
Yeah. Let the Star Trek fans be in charge of wildlife.
We're going the Old Man Ludica. We're going Hey Rosetta.
I've been giving you Old Man Ludica cuts since we started the show.
Yeah.
And this is an Old Man Ludica song I've known about for a long time.
Sure.
But I had only ever heard the non-radio friendly version.
Okay,
which is not 6 o'clock on a Sunday night
Of
radio
course.
capable.
Yes.
Just, folks, you've heard one slip here now and then in musical tunes we've played.
Sure.
There's been a couple that have borderline, but the explicit version of this tune is
very explicit.
Yeah. So when I found this is one's I think radio friendly. We'll give it a go. It's
and if I have to bleep stuff out, I'll just use
because this is pre-recorded live, so in theory you could fix it.
You're on the air traffic controller couch right now.
It's true.
Because when we record not live, we do it in the break room. So it's a lot comfier when we pre-record them.
And we don't have to worry about multitasking and trying to help planes land.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, we have air traffic controller woofer and air traffic controller Archie around sometimes.
Yeah. Anyway, this is Baby We'd Be Rich by Old Man Ludica.
Oh, yeah, right. I might have to use the bleeper. I was going to just say, like, it, cheese and salad fingers. Yeah.
This is Baby We'd Be Rich by Old Man Ludica.
Singing for my supper, so eating Mr. Noodles, watching other cats walk along a windowsill, with a mattress on the floor and her records in her cartons, dreaming of the country, running from the bills. If reading books was money, if spinning records was investing, if drinking was consulting, baby, we'd be rich. Going on a picnic, rolling in the grass now, the age of miracle and wonder, we're just trying to get our kicks. I would spend my last $10 and buy us both tequilas, leave the pack up and wait.
That's a nice tune.
Catchy as can be.
Hey, man. Who's your gold star this week?
My gold star is... It's a half gold star.
You only have a half gold star?
Well, yeah, because I gave out a half gold star a month or two ago. But I said I was holding back the other half until I saw the 50% off stickers come back at the grocery store.
Yes.
And man, they're back.
They are.
Maybe not in the meat department. But
I think I've seen one.
Yeah, they're there, but not common. But
no.
But I've been getting quite a bit of 50% off produce.
Yes, me too.
It's the good life.
So
You know?
you are giving only one half. Are you going to give another half to another thing? Or
Sure, give it to the eclipse. It needs a.
Sure. Okay. So
It's star related.
the second half, 50% off sticker. So 50% of the 50% off sticker.
No, that would be a quarter.
I know, but and the other 50%.
I want the 50% off to have its second half.
Yes,
star.
I have that written. The
Okay.
50%
Very
off
good.
sticker, second 2 out of 2.
Yeah.
Okay? And then 50%
Give
goes
the remaining half star to the
to
eclipse.
the eclipse. Got it. Awesome. I do write these down every week. If people were wondering, I have the entire list. I am making a compilation list of every song we play now, too,
Whoa.
because I have been asked for that.
And someday we'll put together a master playlist.
Well, that's what I'm making right now. I have the master
Whoa.
playlist on the go. So I'll make that
Whoa.
available at some point when I feel like we have enough tunes there. My gold star goes to someone who I almost certainly disagree with in every way, shape, and form. We have had protests on our border
Yes.
here in Tantramar, the border of Tantramar in Amherst, protesting the carbon tax.
Yes.
And I am not here to talk on any side of that because honestly, I don't know enough and I also don't care enough.
Huh.
I
agree.
Yeah, just like one of the, I'm usually pretty like politically like fired up.
Yeah.
This one, I don't care. Anyway, there were, actually it was us having this conversation. No matter what side of the political spectrum anyone is on, I don't like to see like upside down Canadian flags and like, you know,
Well, I had mentioned that to you that
Yeah.
I was driving through there and saw that someone had painted on a flag. like in
yes, there
spray
are
paint,
quite a few painted flags as
something,
well.
Quite offensive.
Yes.
Like if my offspring were with me and saw it, I'd be like
Quite upset.
pretty happy that they can't read.
Yes,
but
fair.
also just like it feels tremendously disrespectful to me that you're living in the country where you have the right and the ability to do this safely.
Yeah.
And you're like I don't know. You go there's no good Canadian without comparing ourselves to the US, but like
Yeah.
the US the flag is
Is like, yeah,
It's sacred.
holy- yeah, exactly.
and I'm not sure we need to go to that extent, but
Certainly not.
it
no.
felt it left me with a very bad taste. In
Certainly,
my
and myself as well. There was one guy who, I'm the first person to, if I agree with a protest, I give the honk and the horn and a big old smile and wave. And if I disagree with the protest, I give a honk and a horn and a big old salute, if you know what I mean. I've probably given them a salute 5 days in a row. I drive to Amherst pretty much every single day. But my goodness, he's been out there in every single time I've driven by in the morning and in the evening.
Yeah.
He's been out in all the weather that we've had, warm, cold, rain and snow.
Yeah.
His flag, and he's just been holding the Canadian flag. That's all he's been doing the entire time. And like, buddy, if you want to protest a carbon tax and that's the way you're going to protest, like, gold star, props to you.
Yeah.
Like, I probably should honk and wave next time instead of honking and give the salute. So
All right.
that's my gold star for this week.
Yeah.
Don't agree with them, but there are some things that I'm wrong about.
All right.
So with that, hey, you got any shows you listen to this week while you're in the garage?
It's I haven't been much out in the garage, but
Okay.
I was out partaking in the only form of rigorous activity I've done this winter,
Yeah.
and having a little chat on the side of the basketball court
Yes.
with someone, and this gentleman asked me if I was planting a garden this summer.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I do have garden space.
You certainly
Last
do,
year,
yeah.
I did plant a mild garden.
You did?
Got some carrots.
You
got
did?
Got 2 nice pumpkins.
So much rhubarb.
Just yeah, you don't really have to do anything to that.
But
It wants to be my whole yard.
It does, and Anyway,
But like people are into gardening.
I'm into gardening.
Gardening is great, and people are into it. So Saturdays at 9 a.m. you
Yeah.
can tune in here on CHMA to the Culinary Garden Show.
Yeah.
You can learn about all kinds of stuff from a gardener and a chef, which I think is how you want to get your information.
Honestly, yeah.
Because no one wants to grow 100 zucchinis and be the person with like trying to
zucchini
barter
recipes.
a zucchini for anything.
Yeah.
You know, how many times you get offered a zucchini every summer?
A lot.
Yes.
Do you know how many zucchini recipes I have now, though?
Quite a few.
Yeah. I really like zucchini now.
I'm happy for you. Want me to plant some for you?
Sure.
All right.
Okay. Hey, do you know what's on next, though?
What's up next?
That's a live.
Live. On KEXP?
Yeah, you got it. The live on KEXP brings you the very best live in studio and remote performances. Every single week, there is a new act. Sometimes it's an emerging artist. Sometimes it's a well-established act. Spanning styles, genres, and cultures. They've had everyone from the Robert Glasper Experiment, the National, Mac DeMarco, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Great band.
Fantastic name.
Oh, they're real good too.
Are they?
Tegan and Sarah. Yeah. Christian McBride, who I was listening to the other night, he had an interview with Marcus Miller, two incredible jazz bassists. So if you want to look up some just killer jazz bass, you can look up Christian McBride. Jeremy Dutcher,
Yeah.
right here from the Maritimes, right here from New Brunswick.
From New Brunswick.
You can find them on live on KEXP as well. You can find them on YouTube. They also have their own website at live on their own website is just kexp.org. Right after that, starting at 8 p.m., we have Black Atlantic, a primarily Black Atlantic-centric podcast, website, and media channel with the goal of bringing Atlantic POC voices to the world. Hosted by Clinton Davis and Hilary LeBlanc. You can check them out at blackatlantic.ca. You can also follow them on Spotify and visit their YouTube page. Then at 9 o'clock, we have the night shift here. Luca Capone spin a diverse, adventurous mix of sounds ranging from psychedelic jazz to experimental hip-hop with a heavy focus on Canadian and independent artists. Yeah, still got Don Cherry news. Don Cherry's son, Eagle Eye Cherry. We've talked about him. Made the song Save Tonight, which you do know.
Yes.
Yes. Released an album this year called Back on Track. Come out in January. I plan on checking it out, and you should too.
All right. I might. I probably won't. But you never know.
And I'm going to be listening to it later.
On the internet?
I'm going to be listening to it later. That's what I am going to be listening to.
And thank you for listening. Thank you to CHMA for hosting and broadcasting. Check them out at CHMAFM.com, which I'm led to believe is on the internet.
Yes.
Thomas, what else can you find on the internet?
You can find their socials, which is CHMAFM. You can check out midgicairport.com on just on the internet, actually. You can visit our merch store, and you can give us a shout out on all the socials at Midgic Airport, except on X, formerly known as Twitter, which we are at Midgic_Airport. Finally, if you miss an episode, you can catch us anywhere you get your podcasts. Signing off.
Have a great night, folks.